Long before he became a hero of Islam, Khalid al-Walid was one of its fiercest enemies. Born into a powerful family of Quraysh in Mecca, he grew up learning horse riding, sword fighting, and military strategy. Even as a young man, people recognized his courage and intelligence. He was a natural leader, destined for greatness. But at that time, his talents were being used against the Muslims. When the Muslims and Quraysh met at the Battle of Uhud, Khalid was a commander of the Quraysh cavalry. During the battle, he noticed that some Muslim archers had left their positions. Seeing an opportunity, he quickly led his horsemen around the mountain and launched a surprise attack. The battle suddenly changed direction. His brilliant military thinking left a lasting mark on history and showed why he was considered one of Arabia's greatest warriors. Years passed, and Khalid watched Islam continue to spread despite every effort to stop it. The Muslim grew stronger, and many respected people embraced the faith. Khalid began to think deeply about what he was witnessing. He realized that Muhammad, peace be upon him, was not an ordinary man, and that Islam could not be destroyed. The truth slowly entered his heart, and he could no longer ignore it. One day, Khalid made a decision that would change his life forever. He left Mecca and traveled toward Medina. Along the way, he met others who were also going to embrace Islam. When he finally stood before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he declared his faith. The Prophet welcomed him warmly and prayed that Allah would forgive his past actions. From that moment, Khalid's life took a new direction. Soon after accepting Islam, Khalid faced one of the greatest challenges of his life. At the Battle of Mu'tah, the Muslim army found itself facing a much larger enemy force. Several commanders were martyred one after another. In the middle of the chaos, Khalid took command. Through courage and brilliant tactics, he prevented the destruction of the Muslim army and safely withdrew the soldiers. When news reached Medina, the Prophet, peace be upon him, called him the Sword of Allah. After the death of the Prophet, peace be upon him, many tribes rebelled against the Muslim state. The young Muslim community faced a serious threat. Khalid was sent to restore stability. With wisdom, courage, and determination, he led campaign after campaign. Wherever he went, discipline and strength followed. His victories helped preserve the unity of the Muslim Ummah during one of its most difficult periods. Khalid's reputation spread across the region. He was then sent to Iraq, where powerful forces stood against the Muslims. Despite being outnumbered in many battles, he continued to achieve remarkable victories. His speed, planning, and leadership amazed both his allies and enemies. Soldiers trusted him completely, knowing that he remained calm even in the most dangerous situations. One of Khalid's most famous achievements was his march across a harsh desert to reach Syria. Many believed such a journey was impossible. Water was scarce, and the route was extremely dangerous. Yet Khalid led his army through the wilderness and arrived where the enemy least expected him. His bold decision changed the course of the campaign and demonstrated why he was regarded as a military genius. The Battle of Yarmouk became one of the most important battles in Islamic history. The Muslim forces faced a massive army. The future of the region seemed uncertain. Khalid organized the troops, inspired the soldiers, and developed a strategy that turned the battle in their favor. Against overwhelming odds, the Muslims achieved victory. Historians still study the tactics he used during this legendary battle. After a lifetime of battles, victories, and sacrifices, Khalid reached old age. He had fought in countless battles and carried scars all over his body. Yet the man who longed for martyrdom did not die on the battlefield. Instead, he died peacefully in his bed. Looking at his scars, he reflected on his life and accepted Allah's decree. The undefeated commander left this world with humility, faith, and honor. Centuries later, Muslims still remember Khalid, the man who transformed from an enemy of Islam into the legendary Sword of Allah.